Legion Fields. Oh, it's the same dude. Brown jacket, brown jacket, blue cap, right?
House fire, bad one. At least 4 Vicks. Get up there and find out what you can. The address is 650 North Hobart.
Hobart.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down.
All right, Biggs. Let's go ahead. Let's go.
Caught the guy who was pretending to be dead?
I'm praying that those prints come through.
I got this gadget whiz guy putting recording devices.
There he is. The copy in the papers.
Shut up.
You hear about Rancho Escondido?
Are we having a conversation, Biggs?
Okay, fuck it. Forget
I'm teasing you, Herschel. Tell me about it.
The new housing development's a couple of weeks from completion. Burned to the ground last night. GIs are ready to move in this weekend. Developer's gonna have some very angry customers. Shit about Chet.
Sounds like a king.
Trying to nail that son of a bitch for years.
He's still in custody, Herschel.
Wanna bet? They'll have kicked him loose already. Can't hold him for misdemeanor cigarettes and matches.
Give me that.
R11K responding.
What you doing, man?
Shit! Stop!
Hey, yo, what you doing? Come in.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him. Get in close and steer him off the car. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
Simple.
But I'm scared to go to prison, mister. They'll take one look at me and...
I don't care. Shouldn't have been doing what you was doing. Give me another case, please. I said another case, please. Suburban redevelopment fund. That ain't no coinky. Shoot. Never mind. Continue later. Bell.
You guys better see this. I hope you have strong stomachs. Do you have a name? Morelli, Mike. We recovered a picture of the family.
Okay. Anything else?
To be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch. He's the expert.
Doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they scattered around like the rest of the debris?
I think they've been moved. Ooh. I think someone moved them after the explosion and before the fire.
Can you explain that, please?
I'm almost positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas inhalation. Look at the parts of their bodies that aren't scorched. The coloring around the fingertips is typical.
They wouldn't have felt a thing.
I think the fire damage is post-mortem. I think someone moved them into this room after the explosion.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why would you run into a burning building?
Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy.
What are you doing?
Prayer effect is from the fire. The muscles and tendons contract.
Prayer effect. Interesting. Whoever did this is nutty.
You ever think about how many people have died in this world? And how big heaven would have to be to accommodate them bigs?
No, I have not. Show some respect.
It's our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
We got the wrong guy.
That doesn't explain why he ran into a burning building. What would make anyone do that?
Guilt.
For the fires?
For his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families. He expects the houses to be empty. He was trying to redeem himself. He probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
He could be right. Can you come up with an alternative explanation?
Sure, it's the same guy.
Are you telling me that some son of a bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
Might fit, Cole, but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Evidence?
Albert, check out the hot water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure, Phelps. I'll get back to you.
Leave the rest to us, Cole. You better find out what's eating pigs.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of riding off too fast there. Evidence. Like, oh. Yeah, evidence. Well, the music is gone, so I'm assuming there's nothing else here. There's a basement. Interesting.
This is the flashpoint. The heater detonated with enough force to expose the foundations.
Alright, Diggs. Where you at?
So something finally got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me, and you won't be pretty much longer.
We can get this guy, Herschel.
You think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out.
Oh, your PTSD was kicking
Get
in.
this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fuck. End of story. You getting this?
Ooh.
You remember the list from the travel agent?
Sure.
The Morellis were winners too. Their name was on that list.
Christ. We should take a look around, work the neighbors, see what they know. I'll go across the street.
Okay, I'll try this side.
I'm with you.
I haven't done this for years.
You don't look like a fireman, son.
Nah, I'm a detective. What's up?
LAPD. Can you tell me anything about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look, we were asleep when we heard the explosion.
Really now, you were asleep. Really now. You slept through the explosion. That's what you're telling me. Whatever you say, pal.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. Their billboards, that Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
Come on now. I don't know. Raised your voice, bro. Is it bad cop again? Let me see that.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. Their billboards, that Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
But you just hold on. Previously, you said they should have sold it up.
You obviously know everything that goes on in this neighborhood. Morelli didn't want to sell, and you know why.
And how are you going to prove that I know what Morelli was planning, Detective?
You're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. You're right.
You're off the hook. For now.
I guess it's bad cop again.
Whatever you thought of Morelli, his whole family is dead. They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was pig-headed. He built the house himself. He didn't want to sell. Stubborn fool was ruining it for all of us.
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. But then I find out they was still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
You said I don't know like 3 times now. This might be the most genuine now. You might not actually know this one.
You didn't enter yourself?
I'd already agreed to sell. The competition was an incentive for those who were still thinking about it.
Why's the music playing? What's here? Ooh.
Whoever he was wearing boondockers. I would know that imprint anywhere.
The Boondockers. Okay, I'm too far away.
Standard man's dress shoe.
Okay, he's clean. Hold on. What's that over here? And pierced through your house. And you saying you slept through the explosion, like, really? There's something here. Hello.
Looks like the same model.
Reginald Varley.
How did you get my number, Ira?
At first, I didn't understand you, but now I do.
I'd like you
Ira.
to come back to the clinic.
I'm helping other people now, Doctor.
I think you are confused. You haven't been to the clinic for weeks.
I'm not confused anymore, Doctor. I'm helping people be together.
This world is only temporary. We'll all be happier in
Why don't you tell me where you are and I can come to you? I think the fires should end now. They have served their purpose.
Oh, the fires are only beginning, Doctor. After the fires, everything will be beautiful and clean.
Oh no.
Everything will be erased. The world will be fresh and new.
I can see my purpose now, Doctor. And you helped me to find it.
So his name is Ira.
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morelli's home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
I think you're covering for someone, Foreman. Who is it?
And I think you are off your rocker. How can you make an accusation like that? What proof have you got?
There's shoe prints in your yard.
I can see you're the excitable
My
type.
bad, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad.
You
my bad,
shouldn't let
my
your
bad,
imagination
my bad,
run away
my
from
bad, my 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 bad. I jumped again. I jumped again. My bad. I jumped again.
You don't look like a fireman, son.
Do I have to collect this again? Yes, I do have to collect this again.
How did you get my number, Ira?
At first, I didn't understand you. But now I do.
I'd like you to come back to the clinic.
I'm helping other people now, Doctor.
I think you are confused. You haven't been to the clinic for weeks.
I'm not confused anymore, Doctor. I'm helping people be together.
This world is only temporary. We'll all be happier in heaven.
Why don't you tell me where you are and I can come to you? I think the fires should end now. They have served their purpose.
Oh, the fires are only beginning, Doctor. After the fires, everything will be beautiful and clean.
Everything will be erased. The world will be fresh and new.
I can see my purpose now, Doctor. And you helped me to find it.
Whoever he was wearing boondockers. I would know that imprint anywhere.
Oh.
Someone was keeping watch. Looks like they were here for quite a while. Brand looks distinctive.
That's what I was missing.
LAPD.
Right,
Can you
I'm
tell
up
me anything
there.
about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
We were asleep when we heard the explosion.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morelli's home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
So let me make sure. So this is bad cop.
You sure, Mr. Foreman? There are signs of someone hanging around over there by the fence.
Hey, now that you come to think of it, there was a guy. Kind of tall. Skinny, though.
Anything else?
Orange lumber jacket, beat-up hat, and no hair. I thought he was the pest exterminator guy who was working around here the last few days. But that guy had hair.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. Their billboards, that Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
Whatever you thought of Morelli, his whole family is dead. They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was pig-headed. He built the house himself. He didn't want to sell. Stubborn fool was ruining it for all of us.
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. Then I find out they was still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
You didn't enter yourself?
I'd already agreed to sell. The competition was an incentive for those who were still thinking about it.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Foreman.
Sure. Hey, if you're interested, I have one of those competition flyers in the kitchen. I can get it for you if you like.
That would be great.
Any luck, Cole?
A couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece of paper. Looks complicated.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
Origami.
Paper crane. There's a legend about them. You fold 1,000 of these and you get a wish.
Hey, don't break it.
I'm not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
For what?
For Elysian Fields developments.
Oh, I see you already have one.
That's different.
When did the flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
This one's different. This has the trip ticket. All right, Biggs, let's go. Nobody's gonna tell you. Mind your business.
I need an address for a property developer. Elysian Fields Developments.
One moment, detective.
You didn't hold on. You didn't
The address is 748 North Oxford
you didn't do the
Avenue,
thing.
Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You ruined the flow.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks. Can you put me through, operator?
Of course. Here you are.
You ain't do the thing.
Commander?
Leads on the Morelli fire.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe? He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out of your mind? I'm warning you, Phelps.
Commander, we have a line of inquiry.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Have a report on my desk today.
Kelty has warned us off over Elysian.
Makes sense. It's a dead end.
No, it's not.
We should check out Rancho Escondido.
You know the place?
Sure, corner of Fountain and Wilton. Let's go.
That ain't no dead end.
Capitol Hill in Washington is again the nation's focal point as the 80th Congress convenes during one of the most crucial periods in the nation's history. Following the Republican landslide of 1946, the GOP now possesses a clear working majority in both branches of Congress. The Capitol awaits the arrival of President Truman to deliver his message. He shakes hands with Senator Bradford, President Pro Tem of the Senate, and Speaker Martin, both presiding over the joint session. Each receives a copy of the President's address. Mr. Truman confronts a Congress heavily weighted by the opposition. He delivers his message on the state of the Union.
In the effort to bring about a sound and equitable price structure, each group of our population has its own responsibility. Not only to hold the line on existing prices, but to make reductions whenever possible.
Take it easy, Phelps. I'd rather get there in one piece.
To refrain from pressing for unjustified
We just got some airtime, so
that will force increases in the price level.
let's just do it airtime.
An unforeseen attack could come with unprecedented speed. We must be strong enough to defeat and thus forestall any such attack. For these reasons, we need well-equipped, well-trained armed forces, and we must be able to mobilize rapidly our resources in men and material for our own defense should the need arise. Let us have the will and the patience to do this job together. May the Lord strengthen us in our faith. May He give us wisdom to lead the people of the world in His ways of peace.
You know, there are times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
I'm not going to tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America,
sir.
dickhead.
Now step back, or I'll lock you up for
Smart
a fray.
mouth son of a bitch.
Damn.
You sorry.
How you let him sleep me like that?
This is not befitting a
That's
GI.
Bink.
We're gonna have to pacify these poor saps.
Bink. What's up?
I'm gonna bust you
Bink.
right in the mouth.
Bink. 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 Oh, you still up? Bink. 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 Bink.
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay, then. Let's see if there's anything left to take a look at.
Mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap. If we're paying a visit to Elysian and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on with it.
That's all we was looking for.
ATI Radio is a member of the ACB Network, American Century Broadcasting. Broadcasting
broadcasting at 760 kilohertz.
This that case getting serious, man.
They can make a claim to the department.
We'll be alright.
Are you drunk,
Sorry, sir.
mister? Or are you just...
Sorry, sir. I ain't mean to hit you.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe. Send them through.
And that's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
May I help you, gentlemen?
We would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office. You like a cigar? Drink, boys.
Sure, I'll have a scotch.
Biggs.
So this is what you're planning to make, huh? That fake smile.
We're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help?
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
Lucky I can't see your eyes. But you putting on that fake smile. Elysian Link Towers. That's it.
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
Is he lying now? I can't tell. Hold on, I seen that.
We hear that Suburban is under severe time pressure to complete work on the new houses. I think you're getting heavy-handed about it, and it's gone wrong.
I hope you have some proof of how I'm involved in this. I'll be happy to sue you for whatever you're worth.
You right. Return soldier housing. Sorry,
Nothing
sir.
personal. I'm just doing my job. You understand that? We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, every time we find a family barbecue, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
Thank you, Biggs, for backing me up.
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah,
Level with me, Mr. Monroe. You know all about the vacation offers.
You can believe whatever you like, son. You're missing the vital ingredient called proof.
I'm missing the proof. Bro, it's right here.
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes, and you're aware that they get given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising. Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund? Do you want to accuse them of murder as well?
Maybe I will.
Offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Oh, that's bull. Straight bull.
I think you're being less than candid, Mr. Monroe. You're building these homes to some timetable. You're under pressure to get rid of the holdouts.
And how exactly do you think you can prove that in a court of law, detective?
I don't know why he keeps saying this.
Sorry. My mistake.
But it might be bad cop, though. Let's see.
Come on, Mr. Monroe. You expect me to believe that you would build a new development with one of those old piles smack bang in the center of it?
Progress is an inexorable process, detective. Those who choose to stand in defiance are usually confined to the wastebasket of history. To answer your question, yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense.
What's Elysian Fields' involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulations.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning heroes.
Boy, would you like to know.
Bro. There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
What would you like to know? How about this poor cement quality?
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think that they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them? The arsonists, do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for waybills, do you suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD.
Yeah, whatever you say,
My
buddy. You've
secretary
been
will
lying this whole
provide you with
time.
that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
Who cares?
Glad to be of help, officers.
What's the story? Any of these names ring a bell?
Joseph Bradley, Paul Jones, Herbert Chapman, Michael Moden, Thomas, Leon David, Herbert Chapman.
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
Hold on. Herbert Chapman. That's the neighbor, right? Oh, no. It's this dude.
Your boss is a fine man.
3 blondes walk into a bar.
Yo, can I use your phone?
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
Here we go. Here we go. How can I help, detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
I don't know why you didn't say it last time.
He was released this morning, Detective.
Released this morning.
I'm sorry, Detective.
It's not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Thanks.
Can't go a case without saying the lines.
I love the chase till the minute I win it.
You're still going back to her? Bro, what is wrong with you? She got you good.
Give me your heart, and baby, I'll bill it. 'Cause I always kill the things I love.
Did not buy me a drink, Cole? No. Not even for old time's sake? Not even for that. You're not gonna ask me why I'm here? I wouldn't give you the pleasure. We'll get around to it. She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel
Save
about...
the threats for someone who cares about them, Roy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you. Stay away from Elysian Fields. I should have known that you were playing errand boy. You and your doofus partner. You have been warned. Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
I love you.
Stay away. You have no idea the type of people that are involved in that company.
I have a pretty good idea, Roy. The same kind of people that sent you here.
Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle. Thanks for the drink, Cole.
No, we're not finishing this case. We're not finishing this case. Bro, get away from this apartment.
Get the message about Monroe?
Yeah, Earl delivered it. You?
McKelty. He started making noises about my pension.
Sorry about that, Herschel. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
Because we're on the same page.
KGPL calling car 11K.
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
You fought at Sugarloaf, didn't you?
I did, but I don't like to talk about it.
You come across a guy called Jack Kelso out that way?
Yes, sir.
You know Jack Kelso?
He's an insurance investigator over at California Fire and Life. Our paths cross from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has, Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf? Or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stum just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
Come on, there's gotta be some more cases right now. Give me a crumb.
KTI features the best live programming and transcribed shows. KTI 760. Friends, what is the secret soap of the most
You teased me there. You teased me.
daintiness? Pandora brand toilet soap. The complexion soap. Gentle, light, and so fragrant. It's perfect for a daily beauty bath. Leaves skin really fresh and sweet. And you feeling exquisitely clean from head to foot. Just try the Hollywood Beauty Bath with Pandora and you'll see why. Pandora brand soaps have that creamy, active lather that's soothing and gentle on your skin. Why, Pandora is 7 ways better than old-style floating soaps. Take a tip from Hollywood. Make Pandora your daily bath soap. Pandora lathers twice as fast, even in the hardest water. It's a luxury that any woman can afford. Just a few cents a period. Now, that's thrifting. With its flower-like fragrance, it's a Hollywood secret. Ask your grocer for Pandora brand soap today.
Telling me there's no cases. You?
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him, too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere. There's some kind
Let's
of
take
problem.
a look at the car.
Oh, don't worry about it, sir.
Let's see what he's hauling around.
What do we have here? Some coils.
Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
He's got a gun. Nice to know.
We should revise the APB. He's clearly armed.
He's got the flyers.
Definitely gives him opportunity.
Holy cool. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat. Shit. He's seen us.
Cops. Again.
Son of a bitch. He must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole. I'll call this in, get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL. 11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar. Currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All units, officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue. A suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control of the streetcar and driving dangerously. Units to animal code 3 identified.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Oh, he ain't losing me. I'm right on him. I am right on him. He ain't going nowhere.
See if he can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down. Hold him tight, Cole. As soon as he ditches the tram, we'll be there to grab him. Look, Cole, the side...
Nice.
End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
Ooh, what's up?
Looks like we have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
The fires benefit Elysian in some way. I don't see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. Hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
I thought
Nice
we were
work,
gonna take him
gentlemen.
down.
Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. I couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard. I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? You'll be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
I mean, he is though. So, oh my gosh, this.
What is it?
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
Bro, what are you doing?
On your fire and life. You worked for Elysian?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help, this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
Is that really it for this case? I missed a clue. Where did I miss a clue at? Where did I miss a clue? notes quick. Do I want to do another case? Actually, listen,